Yes, yes. I'm not hearing anything, which is not good.
I'm not hearing anything either.
Okay, there we go. Definitely should have been sound on that screen, though. You can let everyone watch the opening cinematic. See how beautiful things actually looked on the PS2.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the internet gives a lot of shit to PS2 graphics. Like, look, this is beautiful. And you know what? I don't see every single pore on the character's skin. And they don't look weird and greasy like the people in the Silent Hill 2 remake. I don't know why it's weird and greasy. Why are you...
I don't know.
Not to mention, as much as I can't confirm it, they do look like they were animated using... At least their faces were done using facial mocap. That's what gets me about when these things do hyper-realistic graphics is that they always then do the animation with mocap.
Yeah.
It's so lame.
Cinematics produced by Robot, like from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog?
Robots really moved up in the world.
Yeah.
It's really a shame that this game got overshadowed by whatever the Resident Evil was at the time.
I think it was Resi 4.
I think it was Resi 4, but I'm not 100% sure. Inappropriate time to mention this, but his face reminds me of the ogre from Magic of the Pegasus.
Yeah.
I can confidently say that all my experience with these games has been more recent, but survival horror just hits from this era just hits different. In the case of Silent Hill 2, that's not exactly the best thing. At least when it comes to the combat. See, they could
Huey.
Chief good-looking things on the PS2, and without it melting anything. I'm really worried because of my goal to play, at least mostly all the Silent Hill games. Including remakes, but not including, like, the HD collection, which had Silent Hill 3 and Silent Hill 2 and Silent Hill 3. I'm really worried for when I get to the Silent Hill 2 remake. Because my computer doesn't want to run Dragon's Lair properly. And if my computer won't run that properly, it's just gonna catch on fire when it comes time for the Silent Hill 2 remake. That shit is too graphically intensive.
There have been many times where something has just made me feel that your computer is not optimized for gaming, and I don't know what it is.
Oh, it's definitely not. It's not a gaming PC.
Not at all.
But it's what I've got. And you know what? I'm not gonna spend a bunch of extra money on a gaming PC. So if you want me to have a better gaming PC, buy me one for, like, Christmas or something.
I'll build you your own custom PC and it'll have Windows 10.
I think they've, like, killed support for Windows 10.
All the more reason to use it because
Yeah,
they can't fuck it up anymore.
they're not fucking it up.
How well the in-engine still compares to the rendered cinematics.
Yeah.
I've gathered some clothes for you.
The only big difference is
Don't go.
the lighting's a little less complex, but, like, it's still great.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but
My thing too is, like, I don't mind if
how did I get here?
In-engine looks a little bit lower quality, or even quite a bit lower quality.
We will keep her here for a while.
Then,
Make sure she stays comfortable.
like, pre-rendered. But, like, all the games nowadays, like, with their hyper-realistic graphics, seem to focus on making it all be in-engine as well, which is what makes it so intensive.
Yeah.
Like, if it was pre-rendered, it wouldn't be anywhere near as intensive.
Yeah.
But, like, they make it... What they're doing is alienating part of their potential audience, because anyone who doesn't have the highest of high-end gaming PCs then can't play it. Because their computer just can't handle the fact, like, at least if they were doing it and largely using pre-rendered, especially for the cutscenes. Like, it wouldn't be as intensive. Because it's all an engine, it's being rendered in real time and is super intensive. Like, I feel like games like this were smart about where they used an engine. They were smart about a lot of things. We were talking about doing Shut Up Snively later. I feel like we could definitely do that talk I've been wanting to have about how horror games nowadays are often failures at horror games.
Wait a minute. I remember being in the car with...
Why? And this is not just a horror game thing. And am I the only one who feels like there's not as much character in things like idle animations anymore?
Yeah. Even Sonic frickin' '06 had character and idle animation.
Right? Like, in games dating all the way back to the 90s, idle animation, like, showed off so much of their character. Sorry, it is on emulator, so it does lag.
Yeah.
If this were a Nintendo console I was emulating, Nintendo would think I would need to be put to death. But they can suck it because emulators are legal. And the ROMs I have are too. I have this game. I shelled out like $500 for it.
It is very easy to rip PS2 games.
Yeah.
So long as you have a disk drive.
Yeah.
All the more reason to have a disk drive.
Yep. But like, that's the thing. If you think emulators are illegal, they're not. It's just how you get the ROMs that's potentially illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you download ROMs from a site, that's illegal. It's called piracy. Which, you know, unfortunately sometimes for some games that otherwise would be lost media is necessary because
Yeah.
it's not available and there were maybe like 10 copies made back in the day. Which sucks, but companies don't care about preserving their old stuff.
Yeah. And if it was from a small company, they're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was from a small team, they done went defunct.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just how you obtain your ROMs that's potentially illegal. If you bought a legal copy of the game and ripped the ROM yourself, that's legal because you've paid to own that game. Even if you had to pay an exorbitant amount of money.
If you shell out the nearly $1,000 for LSD Dream emulator and rip it yourself, you can legally play it on emulator.
Yeah.
Or I guess if you make a Japanese PlayStation account and buy it for PS3, PSP, and PS Vita.
Yeah, you can also do that.
Because I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that it was released on the PlayStation Store for those
That's all
consoles.
the more reason for you to make a Japanese PS Vita account.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just figured I'd explain that for the unaware. Because some people on the internet do seem to think that emulators are illegal. But, like, they're not, because, like, for example, certain Switch Online things use emulators. The Nintendo Switch 2 basically has to emulate the Nintendo Switch to play Switch games.
It's not like the 3DS, which has, like, a built-in DS and Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. It's so fundamentally built different from the Switch that it apparently has to basically emulate to play Switch 1 games. Yeah, so there will be the occasional lag, just because emulators aren't always perfect, but this is the easiest way for me to do videos on these things. And of course I want to do videos on Haunting Ground, because I love it.
If anyone ever wonders why I go through the hassle of doing real hardware, it's kind of because of this and stuff.
And also, he does face cam most of the time, so it's easier for him. With me, you know, I have to set up everything with my VTuber, and with him along VideoTube, and then also trying to finagle with capturing. Like, it's just a lot for me personally. So I do emulators where I can. love the environments and the whole gothic aesthetic that they did for this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's really unique, and I feel like for me personally, I tend to feel like environments and atmosphere add a lot to a horror game.
That's part of what I love so much about Benny and the Ink Machine,
Yeah.
is the atmosphere.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things too, and that's where I think it's massively succeeded where other similar games have failed. We're gonna go save real quick. Is other mascot horror games have kind of failed at creating the proper atmosphere. I mean, granted, props to Poppy for at least in chapter 1. Making it at least look like an abandoned factory.
Negative points for everything else.
Yeah, negative points for everything else they did. But, like, none of them really capture, like, the right atmosphere to really, like, get you into the horror. Like, the horror is entirely reliant on things like jump scares and chase sequences.
Mm-hmm. Chase sequences tend to be more annoying than scary.
Yeah, especially after you failed like 5 times, you're like, oh my gosh!
Yeah.
And, like, there's nothing wrong with jump scares and chase sequences, it's just most of these things fail to build proper tension before doing it.
Another thing is, in chase sequences in modern horror games, it's kind of like the enemy is like 1,000 times faster than you.
Yeah.
And if you like mess up just a little,
Yeah, there's hardly any margin for error.
like the chase sequence where I quit the first part of Ban 2.
Yeah,
Which this video will probably be out before that.
probably. Gosh, the sound design in these games too.
Yeah. You will say that is something Scott Cawthon fucking nailed in Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I will give FNAF that. FNAF has incredible sound design.
You gonna save?
Oh yeah. Definitely a good idea. As I've said other times, you can never save too often.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is one thing I will give FNAF major props on, is the sound design in that game is great. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to turn off controller vibration because I hate that.
Mhm.
And I think I actually have to do it in the game itself. Oh. That's better. I just don't do controller vibrations.
We are probably gonna have to end it at the next save.
Yeah. I'll find a place to save and end it real soon. Yeah, really need to save. You go ahead and get her down and go. I'll find a place to save and then be back. Just let them know that I'll be right there in a minute. All right. That is where